All right, so welcome to another episode of the Wardell Comedy Hour. I do not have an hour worth of content for you. I got like 5 minutes, but that's okay. Just want to say that's a good looking crowd, except for that one right there. You're one ugly motherfucker. I don't even know how you look at your. Oh shit, that's me. I'm looking in the fucking camera. Oh my god, that's terrible. All right, I know. Haha. So, social worker by trade, interesting profession. And I specialize with the homeless, work with the homeless a lot. And contrary to what you might think, a lot of the ones I work with are not homeless due to the stereotypical things like being lazy or substance abuse. And there's not a lot of themes with the correlation between what somebody does and what causes homelessness. Normally, you can go way back on them and look into it and see what kinds of things pop up. For the most part, really good demographic to work with. I enjoy it. There are some clients that can be really hard, and those are the ones with personality disorders. And if you're unfamiliar with that, just in a very like personalities disorders for idiots guide, right? It's people who just their personality, who they are, is so one is dysfunctional, but it's just so ingrained in who they are that they have to diagnose a personality disorder. They're antisocial, they're violent people, but it's not just like where somebody goes like a mood disorder where you go through depression or you might get angry because of something that happened. These are so pervasive, it's just a part of who they are. And there's not a lot of clinical interventions that you can give these individuals that works, right? So they have one, it's dialectical behavioral therapy, and it's really intense and it's got a really small success rate. So you're just dealing with people that on the non-clinical side you would just say are assholes, and you'll be working with these clients and you don't have to you don't really have to wonder what's going on in their eyes, right? They burned every bridge, and weird things will happen, right? There's things like they'll text you, hey, when are we meeting next? And you'll respond, hey, how about Thursday at 10:30 a.m.? Does that work for you, right? And you'll hear nothing. And so you get worried. And so as a clinical professional, you decide to make that phone call the next step. You get their voicemail, you leave a voicemail message, and then the weekend comes. And you get like 10,000 messages, and each time they're escalating in behavior, and pretty soon it's like, this is bullshit, what's going on, I demand a response. And it's the weekend, or worse yet, it's a 3-day weekend on a federal holiday, right? And it's not your job to have to tell everybody you got Monday off. If you're out for an extended time, that's one thing. So Monday comes around, and so then after they got into this level, you got to call them, right? You got to respond to this. And so once you get a bit seasoned, right, you start to know how to handle these boundaries a bit better. And so you'll call them up and you'll be like, hey, first off, and then you'll start with, it was a weekend and I called you Friday, right? I called you and I had left a voicemail and I had left a text. And you'll get a response like, well, I didn't get either one of those. And yet you can pull up in that text thread, and over the weekend, they'll be like ignoring what you had said and going on to like completely ignoring Thursday, does this work for you? And they'll respond with something just asking like, when are you going to get a hold of me? And it's like, hold on now. You know how to send a text, right? And I bet if I was texting like, hey, I got drugs for you, I probably would have gotten an immediate response. But you text back trying to set this appointment. But it blows my mind. Like, do my voicemails magically disappear? Are my text and only my text unreadable? That doesn't make any sense at all. So those demographics can be really hard to work with. And that's a minute example. It gets like up there into violence, people high on meth coming through windows at you. So Social work profession can be hard and unrewarding, but for the most part, you're a catalyst of change, right? And on that, being a catalyst of change, there's a lot of social movement out there for women, which is a great thing. It's been a long time coming. American culture has, whether you agree or not, been incredibly oppressive and discriminatory, and yes, racist. So now women are out there really expressing themselves, long overdue. And one of the sayings they have is, know your worth. And yet they don't practice it, right? Like, know your worth. Know your worth. Know your worth. Know your worth when you're making money. Know your worth when you're dating men, right? And when men is the worst, there should be one telltale sign that you are wasting your fucking time with somebody, and it's always overlooked. I'm watching Dr. Phil the other day, and you've got a couple up there, and they're arguing, and one of them's not doing chores. That's a yellow flag. That's not a red flag. You can fix that. What you can't fix is, he asked why that bothers her so much. And the answer is not what you think. The answer is, because I'm tired of seeing your brown stained underwear on the floor. And I'm thinking, in my entire fucking life, not once have I left a brown streak in my fucking underwear. And I could say as far back as I remember, like maybe when I was some punk ass kid, like 4 years old or something, maybe it fucking happened, but I doubt it. But maybe it fucking happened, right? But never in my adult fucking life, and I've been all kinds of places where sanitation was difficult to come by, right? Never in my fucking life have I left a brown stain in some undies. Not to mention, why are you wearing tighty whities at your fucking age? Fucking child, like what the fuck? So any fucking ways, ladies, know your worth. If you go and see your boyfriend, husband, partner, I don't care if you have 5 kids together, if you go in his underwear drawer and pull out, and this motherfucker has poop stains in his underwear and is still wearing them, leave him. Kick his ass out. If it's your place, tell him he needs to go right now. Not later today, not tomorrow, right fucking now. It doesn't matter what you two have built. Tell him to get the fuck out. Okay? And if you live at his place, don't even say anything. Don't even say anything. It's not going to help him. If you can't wipe your own fucking ass, there is no hope for you. I don't even know what you're thinking. When you're sitting on the toilet, you're just like, take this wipe. Are you not checking first off? Maybe that's wrong. But you look and you see poop and you're like, that's job done. Mission accomplished, like George Bush. Mission fucking accomplished. Leave him. Leave him. Ladies, know your worth.